mental. You cannot allow that. Are you allowing anyone to do that to you?
No, I'm actually half kidding.
Oh.
I'm just saying to you, I actually wouldn't invite anyone that I knew you didn't like because you're an important person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like everyone.
It's great for you.
Is there anyone you don't get along with?
No, you're just
There are some people that we're rolling.
Oh,
there are
Jesus
some
Christ.
people that I like more than others.
Right.
There are some people that are more my cup of tea than others.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm finding I was listening to Mark Maron's podcast the other. This is
so
Paige Dorian, by the way. This is Paige Dorian, half of the Pages. All of you who are familiar with the Stafford Project, and you better be familiar with the Stafford Project, know that I had partners in the Stafford Project, and they were called the Pages because they're a writing duo, and they're both named Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Paige Dorian and Paige Long. It's Paige Long. Now,
She wouldn't be here.
yeah, I asked Paige Long, will you do my podcast? And she, without hesitation, said yes in capital letters.
Yeah.
It was YESSSSSSSSSS, right?
Yes.
And I was like, wow, it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it occurred to me, oh, she thinks it's just audio.
Right.
Because our friend Paige Long doesn't like to
not
do
her cup of
anything.
tea.
Doesn't like to do anything on film. Doesn't really want to take pictures. It's not her cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's right.
Right? And all of a sudden, you turn into being interviewed mode.
I got really serious all of a sudden. I'm
Like,
wondering, where
the
do I
fuck
look?
are you?
Can I look at Bodhi?
Who the
Can I
fuck
look
are
at
you?
you?
I don't even
don't
know
what's
this
happening
one.
right now.
I don't even know
can't
this
move my
human.
head like I'm stuck. I'm frozen solid. Okay, I'm shaking that off. I'm sweating. It's hot.
Isn't the feeling I know from Speed?
Okay, it is true. I did fall through an elevator in Speed.
I know that she was in the show,
Yeah.
the show,
The movie.
the movies. Sorry,
My one and only audition. Booked it.
booked it, and then you were like, done. I don't need to
Done.
keep
I'm
on doing
out. I don't need
this.
this.
That was too successful. I
Too
was a
suc-
success.
Yeah.
My first audition, I got the gig.
Keanu accidentally touched my butt. So, I mean, there was
Are
no...
you sure it was accidental?
I think it was accidental, but there's nowhere to go from that, you know?
I think he's super sexy.
Yeah, I kind of don't pay attention to him that much anymore.
don't?
No, and I didn't see the Matrix.
He used to work out at the same gym
Mm.
as I, and he would come in really early on a Sunday morning, as I did,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like the only two in the gym.
Yep.
And I used to like try to get his attention, but like this is only like a few years ago. But like it was before Natalia, and then when my life went to shit before Natalia,
Right.
before children.
Yeah.
But and I was so not his cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
So not his cup of tea. Like he was almost repulsed by me, I think.
I mean, repulse
seriously.
might be strong.
I know I'm gonna go with repulsed because at
Okay.
one time I was talking really loud because nothing I did worked.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I did, and then I thought, well, I'm just gonna get loud because that'll work.
Well, that's my mode. Not anymore. I'm in a relationship, but
She's in a-
prior to that, I would just be like the loud, obnoxious.
Yeah, like hey,
Yeah.
you know. And he just looked over at me one time, like. But I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
And sexy, and he does so much. He doesn't he. He gives away a lot of his money.
That I actually just recently
Yeah.
read that he actually gives away a ton of money.
Yeah, he
and it's not
doesn't
stuff
care.
that you necessarily would know about.
Yeah, and he's really into motorcycles and building motorcycles.
Yeah.
And I just want
So
him
you
to
have
be
a
my
lot
husband.
in common.
We have so much in
So much in common.
So much in common.
Yeah.
Because you all know how I love motorcycles.
Yeah.
I actually do love motorcycles, but that's not ever going to happen for
No.
me.
No, and I'm the opposite of that.
You hate motorcycles.
I just,
Really?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not-
know that about you.
No, I don't like objects,
Objects. Just
attached
stop
to
there.
me.
Oh, I'm
Like
attached to
jet skis. No.
Wow.
Not
my
not
daughter
interested.
Hates, Natalia hates jet skis
Yeah,
too.
I don't like jet skis. I don't like horses. I don't like as an activity that I have to be a part of.
Yeah.
Not motorcycles, jet ski. even like a pogo stick. I'm not interested.
Oh,
like
well,
I
who
don't
likes that?
I just don't like the feeling of like I mean, bigger things are worse, but I just no.
What
Motorcycles.
about cars?
Cars are okay because I can. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm enclosed in a thing.
So if we went to say St. Bart's together.
It's funny that you just said that. I feel like I knew you were going to say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we're like.
I also don't like humidity and beaches.
Okay, so
but
say we,
so
we
it's
don't go
probably
there.
not
We don't go there.
happening.
Say we go down to Newport Beach. Oh, you
That's-
don't like beaches?
I can do.
Say we go to Lake Havasu. That's
not
a really
lake,
fun
not
place.
lakes. I don't like outdoorsy stuff. How do you not know that about me? I'm like the least outdoorsy person.
I know you don't like outdoorsy stuff. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I know like hiking. That's like if you hear somebody even say, "Oh, I went hiking," that you're like,
It's
"I'm
nails
done
on a
with you.
chalkboard.
I'm done with you."
Yeah.
You're not even interested. You're done with that person.
If I have to exercise, okay, a treadmill is much better than a hike because it's controlled. There's air conditioning. I don't like the elements at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm planning my wedding for November, and I didn't want to have anything outside because I don't want hair blowing. I don't want to be too hot, too cold. Like I want indoor.
yeah,
So
but where you're having your wedding is outdoor.
no, it's indoor. There's an
Oh.
outdoor spot for people to have a
To-
a drink or
cigarette.
something or a cigarette. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
inside. It's controlled.
Oh, it seems so outdoorsy to me.
No.
All right. When
No.
you.
Yeah,
All right.
it's great.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Um,
So far, I'm probably the most.
the worst guess.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the most verbose.
Worst guess I've had.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. It's great.
To finish what I was saying. Anyway, my partners in the Stafford project
Yes.
were the Paiges, Paige Dorian and Paige Long. So we put this here in lieu of Paige Long.
We should have taped her face on it.
We should have, but I just didn't get my stuff together.
No, I get it.
I
It's okay.
should have done that.
That's all right.
But then she would have been mad at the picture that I chose.
Right. Probably.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So fuck her. Right? I mean,
Sure.
yeah. Did you think that was too harsh?
A little bit.
Have
A little
we
bit.
met?
No, I mean
She would enjoy that I
That's
said
true.
that about her.
that's true.
I mean, I don't really mean like in a hostile way.
I know you don't mean it.
Yeah. My God, who are you?
I don't know. This is not something I do every day.
I don't even know, but like, let's just pretend like we're talking.
What do you want to?
Because
then
like,
let's not talk
we're
about
really
a mannequin.
fuck her. Yeah, fuck
Or
Paige.
hiking or whatever. Like, what do you want to talk about that we would actually talk about? That's what I'm saying.
Sevier's penis.
No! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sevier.
He would probably like that actually
her
if I
husband
talked
to be.
about
Oh my
that.
God! I mean, he in watching this, he'd be like, "Yeah, they finally got to the good
Exactly.
stuff."
Exactly. That's true.
Because he's
That's
a
true.
hot Puerto Rican man.
He is. Yes.
He's
As-
not Jewish.
No,
He's not Jewish.
he's not Jewish.
That's our producer, Bodie.
Sevier Crespo.
I just thought it was like a Jewy foreign name.
No. He's.
Are you? You're not. You're kidding,
He's-
right?
I
he's
thought
kidding.
He was part Jewy. It's not
Oh, you like a Cuban, like a
Yeah.
Cuban person who's Jewish. Yeah,
Right, that
Puerto
he's a
Rican.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Virginia is a
Yeah.
Cuban.
He's Jewy in attitude to me.
Yeah, well, he's a little fetchy like you, I gotta say.
Yeah.
He's
He
particular.
is?
He's a little particular about some
You
stuff.
guys can say that because you're Jewish.
Right.
I'm Jewish too, but I'm not allowed into the tribe because it's through my father.
You're not
so-
Not
Jewish.
Jewish then.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I used to have this big argument actually with my ex-husband about whether
Who was that?
it doesn't matter about whether or not he was Jewish because his mother's father's someone that was like a percentage, and I just said you're not Jewish
He's as far from Jewish
as you could be.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we've covered hiking, my Puerto Rican.
So you don't want to talk about his penis?
I mean, it's great. I don't know what else there is to say. It's great. We've been together 8 years. It works well. That's
Good.
It's good.
Well, this is the name of this show is Single Mom a Go-Go.
Yes. Oh, I actually was thinking about something. So, sorry. Okay. So I became a single mom when Nikolai, my son, was 5.
Okay.
He's 20 now. So I remember I mean, I had no problem dating and doing whatever at the time. But I think about now the predicament that people are in, single moms now. It's confusing.
Why?
Well, there's all the apps.
Oh, yeah.
Like these Tinders.
Like Tinder
and then there's
and
like
Grunge. Wait, not Grunge.
Grinder.
Grinder. But Grinder is for people who are of the gay persuasion, right?
Yes, I believe Grinder is a
right? That's true, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not on it. Okay, there's also
It's just gay guys.
it's just gay guys. There's another one where you have to be invited to it. It's very exclusive. Yeah, Raya.
God.
Anyway,
Wait. Oh, you guys know it.
Yeah.
How do you guys know this?
I want it.
his wife's okay with it.
Wait a second. Raya?
Yeah. You have to there's another one that some girls were telling me about recently where only the girls can reach out to the guys. I don't know the name of this, but the girl has to ask the guy. Anyway, I'm just saying it's genuinely confusing.
Should I go on these?
The Raya.
No. If you
Raya?
could get invited to that one, it sounds like it's maybe more
Invited?
exclusive. You have to be invited to it.
Well, what's the criteria? Yeah, you have to look.
You have to
good.
know someone who invites you to it. I
Like
know.
a bar. Now we have bars and apps.
Yes.
Now it's like just like a bar or a club.
Yes.
Now that's moving into the app world.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know the one thing that I won't do? I don't know if you know this about me either. We're super tight, clearly. But I will not wait in line to go into a club or
Yeah,
a bar.
no, God, no.
I will not do
Absolutely
it.
not.
That will never happen in my lifetime. It doesn't matter who's in there. It doesn't matter if I'm getting paid a lot of money
Yeah.
to go in there. I will never stand outside to wait in line to go into a bar.
Yeah, no. As you should not. Nobody should.
No,
So maybe you don't want to be on this
nobody
app
should.
then where you have to be invited. That's not your vibe.
And because I probably won't be invited. They probably will be like, too old.
Too old. I didn't want to say it, but you said it. It's a possibility. I'm just saying. Anyway, my whole point is that it's
not what we're looking for.
confusing.
Yeah, it's
so
really
to
confusing.
date and be single and all of this now is way too confusing to me.
Well, I like your attitude because I remember we were having a conversation. There was a certain gentleman caller at the time who
Was
are
it yours or mine?
my gentleman.
Oh,
caller,
got it. Okay.
Who episode 5? Who's at the door?
Is this
Someone's
a
at the door?
I was gonna say, did we?
Oh, it's the babysitter.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We had a babysitter situation.
Yeah.
So
Sorted
it's
out.
true. It's it's a single mom a go-go.
Yeah.
It's a go-go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just remember this conversation with you.
Okay.
When you have, I think, a very, very good attitude toward dating and toward meeting people. Oh, it's yeah, she does. It's amazing, actually.
The
She's very
look on
upfront.
his face right now.
First of all, you're never without a dude because you're just like,
Yeah. If I want a dude, I get a dude.
So if you watch the Stafford Project and Michelle's friend Paige, it's similar to Paige.
A little bit.
It's similar to Paige because you're just like, just date the person.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a certain gentleman caller that it was such a weird thing, and it was what episode 5 was.
Which one?
It's just a heart.
Oh, yeah.
Was came from our episode 5 came from this situation in my life, right? And it was such a weird thing because he was so in and then out and then in and out, and I'd be like, oh, okay, we're just friends, and then he'd send me a bunch of hearts,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, oh, do you send hearts to a friend?
No.
And I would be I'd be so confused, which was his purpose.
Yes.
You know, he liked that.
Yeah.
You know? And I'd be so like, wait, huh? And I would talk to Paige about it. And Paige was like, why don't you just go to him and say, hey,
Yeah.
I like you. Let's date. So just so you know, we had gone out and like he wasn't kissing me, right? And I was just like, I'm fucking channeling Paige. I was like, are you gonna kiss me?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I'm pretty sure he said no. So it's not always the best advice, but at least you get to the bottom of it faster. You could have had like 6 more dates where you're wondering and thing and whatever. And you know what I mean?
I know. See, I'm like that now.
Yeah.
Why didn't he want to kiss?
Because he's weird. No, maybe he's.
And
here's
but I was
why.
so locked in. I was so like, but you know what? On Anna Faris's podcast, this one girl called in, and she referred to them as soft boys. And then Rosie O'Donnell asked, "What's a soft boy?" And she described exactly this guy. That they're in, then they're like, oh, I don't know. And then they're out, and then you go, okay, you're out. And then they're like, oh, here's some hearts. Like she described exactly. I think it's like a new thing.
No, it's
of people are being like this now, in and out, and I don't know, and maybe you're hot enough, or maybe you're not. And
Meanwhile, if I recall correctly, this person may have been doing this with multiple people at the same time.
Sure, of course.
So look, now we have all the added extra texting and emails and whatever. Before, in my day, which sounds so like I'm dating myself, but we didn't do all that.
I know.
It was just like you waited for the call and the thing,
still
whatever.
your day because you only met Sevier like
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah. But when
anyway, my point is like Paige is like, hey, do you want to date me? I like you. Do you like me? Oh yeah, I like you. Kim, let's do it.
That's what I did with Sevier.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
We had been hanging out for like a month just
what you do.
as friends. And then we were on my couch and I said, are you going to make out with me or what?
Yeah. And he said, oh, okay, I
was
will.
like, sure. Got the ring, so that works. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, those broads who put out that rules book.
Oh, yeah, I never read that.
Yeah, I didn't either, but killed women.
Yeah.
Like this whole game of like, I'm going to pull back. The kind of guy that works on is the kind of guy you do not want. No. Because I've done that. I did that with another boyfriend. And what you forget and what you don't know as a woman going into it, if you do that in the beginning, and then I'm not going to call, then I'm going to pull back. So I pull him in. Is you got to keep on fucking playing the game.
Yeah, who has the
energy
energy
for that? And then you get into it and you're like in my case, I was like, oh, I got you. It's over.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to do that anymore. And then I realized, oh, wait, I got to keep on doing this with this particular dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. This isn't fun because it's bullshit and it's lies and it's super
and it's
unfun.
exhausting.
Yeah, it's super unfun.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I do now.
Okay.
Of like, I really like you. But you know what? The one thing about me, and do you do this? Because there was a gentleman caller the other day, right?
Gentleman caller it's amazing. Please
I'll tell
don't
you.
stop saying that ever.
I'll tell you. I'll never stop saying that.
Okay.
There was a gentleman caller the other day, and I was like, oh, wait, he's interested in me. Because I thought we were just bros, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the one I told you about. And I was oh, wow. And then I got all like clammy and nervous.
Yeah.
And nervous. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, when I realized, oh, wait,
There's
he
a
wants to date
vibe.
me.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid like I'm going to like get so nervous I'm going to snort or something. It's the worst. Snort, like laugh and go
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
So wait.
If I'm trying to be sexy or trying to be cool, I inevitably fart or snort
Right.
or queef.
Well, you don't.
Is that a word?
It's a horrible word. It might be my least favorite word that's ever been said. I don't want to talk about that. But I'm not shy.
Unstoppable. They're unstoppable
I know.
too. They're
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to recover from this moment.
Listen, I just snorted. See, I'm killing myself. This is the last nail in my coffin, by the way. This is the final nail in my coffin. I'm just like, my whole career has been spent trying to kill it.
Yeah, it's all come to this moment. I'm
Right.
so happy you invited me to be a part of it.
Yeah. I'm glad it's you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's you. Okay.
No, what I was going to say is
continue.
you don't need to do all that. You don't need to try to be sexy, which I know is hard because we get this thing.
I'm not trying to
I'm
be.
just saying, you're saying like if I ever try, then I do something
Oh,
silly.
yeah. When
you
I
don't
try.
need to.
Yeah.
You're beyond hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yes. I don't know about this
Is there
guy, by the
somebody
way.
else at
Someone's
my
knocking
door?
on a
Oh,
window.
God,
It's a small child.
It doesn't end.
The next time you do a podcast, I think I may talk to you about who's due to arrive. Oh my God.
I mean,
seven deliveries.
It is Grand, but see, it's true. It's Grand Central at the Stafford house. It's always Grand
your
Central.
Parents are here now too.
It's either my parents too. For God's sake! Oh, hi, hi. I'm kidding. I like them sometimes. This is it. If I try to be sexy, for sure I won't be.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm just like now nervous, like, oh wow, I think this guy is interested in me, and he's like looking at me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With the sex eyes, I get really like. I get really thrown off.
Yeah.
And I start, and that I'll snort.
Yeah.
Or do something weird, and then I'll have to be funny about it.
Right.
Right. And then it's not.
You want to
funny.
talk about the thing that just happened to like
Yes.
take the
You wanna talk
awkwardness
about the
out of
thing,
it, but
right?
it makes it worse.
Right. It makes it completely worse.
Yeah.
Which is how the Stafford Project really came about.
Yes, that's true.
Right. And me getting my own sperm and having my own children.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you and Paige and I were together and just going, this is like every story you have in your normal life, as Paige says, your life writes itself.
Yeah. But we were friends and
Yeah.
are friends, but we'd be hanging out and I would just like throw out some story about someone I date, and both the Pages would be like, oh my God, wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Because the episode 8
Yeah.
came from the one gentleman that I dated.
Yeah, I want to say that those dating, every episode of the Stafford Project where Michelle has been on a date, those are all real. They're inspired by something real.
Inspired, yeah.
Yeah.
Inspired by.
A guy genuinely took you out on a date and then was like, hey, I'm going to get up and sing now. And like basically took you to his own gig.
Totally.
A guy liked to wash your feet.
Yeah, that was a boyfriend, and he liked to wash every night before bed. He's like, come on, baby. And we'd go into the bathroom and wash our feet.
I just want to say, Sevier's lucky if I brush my teeth before I go to sleep. If someone wanted to wash my feet, I don't know. I think that was odd.
You know what? But really, I was like, okay. Like, maybe people do this. Maybe this is what I haven't been doing all my life.
Right.
Washing my feet before I go to bed. And we'd wash our feet and like scrub our feet. And he'd scrub his, I'd wash mine. I was
just
like
cool. Sitting on the edge of the tub, legs hanging in there, chatting about your day and scrubbing your feet.
Yeah, and washing our feet.
Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Pre-sex kind of ritual, or
No, not a ritual. Just, I never even asked.
Did he have very nice sheets and he didn't want dirty feet on his sheets?
That's what it was.
Okay. It's
maybe
still a little weird. And I'm going to say your feet are dirty. I saw them.
Oh, my feet are filthy.
So
filthy.
It's actually making sense to me now.
You know what?
It's actually making
At
sense.
the time, I don't like to wear shoes. So that's why my feet are always filthy. The bottoms of them.
Yeah.
And I get a pedicure and do my whole deal.
Yeah.
But the bottoms of my feet, the skin is so thick. My feet have widened out because I'm always barefoot.
This is not helping your sex life. Right now, I just realized, like, don't talk about your feet anymore. I'm sorry that I pointed out that they were dirty. But now you're talking about how they've morphed into, like, these weird shaped things.
Hobbit.
Yeah, like...
Like they morphed into gorilla feet.
Yeah.
I have like hairy ass.
Yeah.
At least like they're polished. Like my toenails are polished.
Your toenails are polished. That's
okay.
a
Well, you had
plus.
to-
I
you
know.
had to
I did
look.
have to check. Oh my God.
Yeah, but at that time when I dated him, that wasn't the case. Like I wasn't so much barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also the one who had the amazing coffee maker.
Which is why you
Which
didn't.
kept me in the relationship.
Yeah, like the guy's washing her feet all the time. Like you leave. Like that's just weird. But he's got a great coffee machine.
No, it was like that, and we were going to do another episode where because honestly, that coffee machine kept me in the relationship way longer than I should have been in it, and that's the truth. And it wasn't just like there was something about the coffee that it made was so good, and it was all foamy on top.
And
I
give you this
it was
option.
so good. I
You-
couldn't go. I
But
couldn't leave the relationship.
You probably could have bought your own machine.
Nope. It was like some industrial
Ah.
restaurant machine. I even asked him, where did you get it? He probably knew. Well, I mean, it was it was a really expensive.
Yeah.
Like it was bad, but the coffee was extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember like that coffee and having it in the morning. And he would be really cool if I would have to go because he was retired, right? Because he was loaded. And it wasn't the house that, it was the coffee machine.
Yeah.
He would come and give me coffee in the morning. And it was great.
Well, yeah. So feet washing.
That was another episode of the Stafford Project, but we had to incorporate a relationship into it.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't get to it yet.
Right.
Yet.
But we are working on
season 2. And I think that people are kind of tired of me saying that because I keep on saying it. But I don't think what you folks don't realize maybe is like it's really, 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 really super hard to sell a show.
Yeah, no, it is. I think I had the idea that we were going to shoot one episode and then it would be on HBO like 2 days later.
Yeah, and like why not think that?
Why not? But that's fine. We have some really good stuff happening.
We have good stuff happening. And but it's just not easy to sell a show,
right?
Even if it's an amazing show. I think that Seinfeld had a hard time selling comedians in cars getting coffee, and he was doing some interview and he said, I haven't earned this. Like, nope, nobody wants this.
Yeah,
it's a great show, by the way.
Yeah,
I think this show right now is better.
Well, for sure, I've brought a lot of natural conversational stuff here.
Is there anything that you want to say, Paige, about...
Wait, one thing I did want to talk about, again, just along thinking of like what people have to deal with now versus when I was a single mom.
Yeah. Okay.
This may be unpopular amongst the men, but I feel that there are too many requirements of us now physically. Like, it's not just like a bikini wax is the thing to do.
Yeah.
There are versions of waxing that are expected.
Expected?
I think it's expected.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to some friends and it's like there are things that are expected now, whereas that used to be just like a fun little, oh, you got to wax, that's great.
Like,
now
here's a little
it's a
something
treat.
different for
Yeah,
you.
now it's expected.
There
are various different versions.
Say?
Well, I'm not doing
a
like
bikini,
the crazy,
like a full-on everything.
Like some
gone.
people do everything. Some people, and not that I don't want to get like super deep into that.
Why
but I'm
not?
just saying that
we can always cut it out.
Okay, that's fine. Cut it out. That's just something now that I think is crazy. I just feel like what happened to like, hey, here's a vagina. Like people people were happy with that, and now it has to be like dressed up and manipulated, and I don't. It's exhausting.
Manipulated into. Sometimes I feel a little creepy. I'm like, what do you want this to look like?
Right. Right.
Okay.
And
like,
why?
And why?
Why?
You can't put a cat in a suit.
You can't put a cat in a suit.
And all the gentlemen.
I mean, because at the
That's incredible.
At the end of the day, honestly, you guys will take it anyway. At the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? Like at the end of the day, it's a vagina that's being given to you. You guys are going to take it.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
really, come on. We all know that. It's only the women who are like, ooh, it has to be.
Yeah,
See,
and there's just a lot of variations, and I find it to be the most painful thing in the entire world.
So painful. So painful.
I have actually made an appointment, driven, began to cry on the way in
really?
anticipation of how horrible it's going to be, and turned around.
Well, so what about the laser?
Yeah, I should just do that.
Yeah, I've thought of that, but I have this thing. The reason I haven't done it is, well, first of all, there are two
Isn't that
things.
painful too, though?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But there are two things. First of all, I've been told that my
Your what? What? How do you say that again? Your
I've been told that my vagina is being pulled down unnecessarily because I wax it.
Pulled down unnecessarily.
Okay. So your vag, which actually that's not the vagina, is the inside part. The labia is the outside.
I don't like that word.
Okay. Vagina.
I never have. Okay, go on.
It's being pulled down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm pulling it down unnecessarily, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that, right? So
Right.
you want to do laser.
Right.
I'm so nervous that she's accidentally, while doing laser, going to go and get the clit, and that'll be it. Like she's going to laser my clit, and that's it for me.
That's a
I really am. I'm like, oh,
Wait, and when you say
how long have you been doing this
but
laser?
when you say that's it
She
for
goes,
you, like it's gonna
I'll
put
have
you
no
out of commission.
sensation.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there will be no clitoris sensation.
That's
like she's
another
gonna
word I would avoid.
Or it'll be constant.
Yeah.
Like both is bad. It'll be like constant sensation where like you'll that's horrible. That would be horrible too.
I have never thought that could possibly happen.
I do. That's why I have not done laser, because I'm just nervous that.
I
I've
just
never
thought
heard of a case, but
no, I mean it could happen to you though, which would give us more material for season 2 of the Stafford project.
no,
So
I mean, if
all
either
for
one
that.
happened, I would just want to roll up into a ball.
Yeah.
and you know.
And die. Well, anyway, not to, get too detailed on these parts, but I that's all I'm saying is, to me, it's an unnecessary demand.
It's ridiculous. Well, but you have to find a man who's just, so who are these guys you're talking to?
Well,
and have you tried to
I
set me up
just-
with any of them?
No.
Okay.
No. I just know. Oh, by the way, there was a guy at my house the other night for Sevier's birthday that I think you should consider.
Really?
We can talk about that off.
Did I didn't.
I don't know if you really talked
because
to
I
him.
was there
He was
first.
he was my house guest that I surprised Sevier with.
Oh, I didn't meet him.
Okay, good. So I may have a potential
Oh.
person. But anyway, having said that, no, it's not that I'm talking to any guys. I just feel like it's more everywhere you go. There's like a marijuana shop and a waxing place. They're all over. That's what people
I don't
do
think
now
it's
more
for
than they
men,
did.
though. I think women do it.
Like they think they need to.
I think that the women are going, oh, the man's not going to want it if it's not pretty looking.
Right.
And it's like this whole like, oh, I have to look like a stripper.
Yeah.
I have to have that done. I have to have big,
Yeah.
fake boobs.
Yeah.
I have to have long stripper hair.
Mhm.
I have to wear tight shit.
Yeah.
Have an ass implant.
Well, those
for
are
a
those-
man to want me, and
and
that's bullshit.
Those are also those girls that I feel like I missed the class in school.
Thank God.
Where you learn to you have to look a certain way and then a guy takes care of you and that's just how you're supposed to live your life. You know those girls?
Is that the ultimate goal, that a guy takes care of us?
not
But
for
for
women
that
like
girl,
us,
yeah.
but for those girls, yes. I've met those girls where it's like everything revolves around when am I going to meet the guy? Not the guy I fall in love with and live happily ever after with, but the guy who's going to take care of me.
Like pay your bills.
Yeah.
Pay your bills and take you out to dinner.
We know some girls like that would really.
We do?
We do. I'm not going to get into it now, but we do. People who'd be very
Are we
happy to
friends
just
with them?
meet a guy. I mean, I'm
Oh,
not gonna
listen, I'd be very happy to meet a guy who pays my bills. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that'd be awesome. In exchange, all I have to do is blow him twice a week
Yeah.
and other things. I'm completely for it.
I didn't know you were this girl.
Well, I mean, I clearly am not, because I haven't gotten it. Yeah. Because I think that people will be like, this is all I want. This is all I want. And you're like, well, it's not all you want, because you would have gotten it if it was really all
What
you
you
want.
actually wanted, yeah.
So, because if I had a dude who'd walk through the door and say, hi, I'd like to pay your bills, and all you have to do is blow me twice a week, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't.
No,
you
I just
wouldn't
want to
like that.
complain about it. I just want to complain about not having it. Move along.
Yeah.
But if he was super handsome,
That would be a plus.
yeah.
You could try it out and just see how it went.
Yeah, I think, okay.
You know what I mean?
I think that it's more the women.
Yeah.
I think it's more the women.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
In life?
Yes.
I am actually. I think I'm actually the happiest I've ever been, to be honest.
I know. I think you are
I am.
too, if I can evaluate
Yeah.
your situation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Paige is... Oh.
Siren.
When I was in Catholic school, the nuns always used to, when they'd hear that, they go.
Yeah.
When I was in Catholic school.
Well, when I was a kid, my stepmom, my Jewish stepmom, when we passed by, if there was a funeral procession, she would hold a button. Some superstition. I don't know what it meant, but hold a button. Hold a button if you're passing by a funeral procession. I don't know what it means.
Maybe that means this is the way I'm going to keep it down here, because I don't want to go up
Maybe.
to heaven.
She also made me kiss. My grandmother would make me kiss bread before I threw it away because of all the starving children.
Have you ever been to an open casket
Yes.
funeral?
Yes. And it's all you can do to, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, to not laugh. Like it's because it's so uncomfortable and horrible and weird.
It's weird. It's not fun.
Yeah, no, it's not. Those are not, no.
You know?
In the Jewish tradition, there's a small private viewing for the immediate family, and then it's closed for the rest of the service.
I have to tell you, I like that.
Yeah.
And I also like how the person dies and right away, let's grieve, let's say goodbye, and move along.
Yeah, for like a week though, you got to sit there.
Yeah, but I like that it's done with.
Right.
I mean, I've known people to pass, and then 3 weeks later they're having a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Now
Now I got to remember this
Now we have
again.
to grieve. Like,
Yeah.
I was over it. I
Yeah.
dealt with my feelings, and I'm not sad anymore. Oh, fuck. Now I got to go be sad again.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm all for let's deal
In
with our
an
emotions and move along.
expeditious fashion.
Yeah.
What are these cards for? Because we've gone from like vaginas to
Listen,
death.
do we
so
want to say anything more about the Stafford project? Because I'd like to promote our greatness, because it was really great and well received and won lots of awards
that's right.
and got a lot of notoriety. TV Guide's the Hot List. Thank you, Michael Logan. Our friend Michael Logan was a huge fan of the show.
Yes.
And he might be the only person watching this particular podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because he was a huge fan of the Pages.
That's right. He was actually.
Yeah,
That was kind of
huge
amazing.
fan of the Pages.
Yeah, he was great.
But what was your favorite episode of the Stafford Project?
I'm torn. I love It's Just a Heart.
I love it.
I love that one so much. I love the one that Retta guest starred on, where he plays the loudmouthed.
Number 7.
Yep, that was number 7.
What-
I also love
Reality
episode
check.
2 with Eric, the guy who takes you out and begins to serenade you in the middle of a bar with his acoustic guitar.
I watched these all again in their entirety and laughed out loud.
Yeah, I actually recently did that because I was doing a little YouTube thing, getting something for what we needed to send out. And I started to watch them again and actually laughed and thought, oh, this was genuinely funny.
Yeah, and everybody who watches it loves it. You know, the guys at Crackle loved it. Everybody loves it. We never had any, no, this sucks.
Right.
It was always, we love this show. It's not for our thing.
Venue.
And we still get people who love it, and they try to figure out where we're going to put it. Anyway, we're going to sell it, and we're going to be super rich. And
we
people are gonna eat
share
our shit.
that? Thank you.
Yeah.
That was like the ultimate goal while making it, is we had these dreams of like, you know what? We're going to make so much money and have so much success. People can eat our shit. Like, that's what we would say.
Yeah, and I wasn't on board with that in the beginning. I
know.
was like,
That was really
whoa.
Paige and I. We were
But
like,
no, but then I got on
people
board.
to eat my shit.
Yeah, I got on board with it. I
Yeah.
got on board with it later, and
Yeah.
then it was EOS.
Eat our shit, yeah.
All the end of all our emails was EOS.
Yeah.
When you've worked so hard and had so many doors slammed in your face, would you like to know my favorites?
Yes.
It's Only a Heart,
Okay.
and number 5, and number 8,
Number 8.
the foot.
Oh, yeah,
What
the
did
foot
we call
guy.
it?
We called it the foot guy.
Oh yeah, we did. That's
Yeah.
right. The foot guy.
I also
love
like
it
the
so
one
much.
where you're
It's so
on the
great.
date with the guy in the restaurant who tries to pay with the
that
check
was
and
great
the thing.
too.
David Pressman was so
David Pressman
funny
was
on
amazing, and that had come from like a new date that I had gone out on.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe, while we were doing the Stafford project, I couldn't believe it was happening. I couldn't believe that this guy was actually saying what he was saying about his ex-girlfriend not blowing him. He's like, sometimes I just want to be out in a parking lot and I want her to blow me and she won't do it. And I thought to myself, it's
an episode.
This is amazing that this guy is saying this, and I got into the car and called the Pages right away and said, this is our next episode.
Yeah, for sure.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Would you like to play the game?
What is the game? Because I don't know. This is my first time here on the podcast. So
Possibly your only.
possibly my last. But, it was
your
fun. It was fun. Be something to look back on, later. What happens with these cards?
This is my game called What Annoys You the Most.
Oh, I'll just tell you right now. My pet peeve. Can I say this in a public venue? I'm actually so excited to share this.
Yes.
Okay. When people return an email with a phone call, this is different than just like Michelle and I are chatting about something. She's driving, she picks up the phone and calls me. I'm talking about I email you and I say, "Dear Joe, are you available on January 2nd to cater my event? I have 35 people. My budget is $1,400. Please let me know your availability." And then they call me. They call and they say, "Hey, Paige, it's Joe." I got your email. So you want to know if I was available? Yep. Well, what's your budget? It's $1,400 like I put in the email. When that happens, I swear to you, my blood boils. It doesn't mean you can't talk on the phone. I understand. But the way we communicate now, if I ask a simple question, just return it with an email or just say, "I got some questions. When you have a chance, get back to me." Don't call me. Don't call me ever. I'm dead serious about this. Nothing upsets me more. In fact, I share office space with Paige, the other Paige. And sometimes she will hear me in the other room on a call and I'll hang up and she'll say, "Did someone return your email with a phone call?" Like I can't. So I don't know what your game is, but God, I'm so happy I got to say this.
I can't even believe
I got so worked up.
that was amazing.
That
was amazing.
So just that I got to say that out loud. Okay. Oh, it's a baby.
It's a baby. Single mama go-go. Okay.
What am I supposed to do with these cards,
All right.
though?
So, how much does this annoy you?
Okay. Like on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is the worst.
10 is the worst.
Okay, got it. I'm so ready.
Okay. All right. 10 is the worst. Just because, as I explained on another podcast, I get annoyed at least 5 times a day
Okay.
by something. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like somebody answers me in a certain way and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And so, but I keep it to myself.
Yep.
Because it's not social.
Not acceptable.
Not acceptable
Yep.
in society to
upset.
be like, seriously to the person. Okay. When you're paying for your parking
Yeah.
and the machine doesn't take your dollar. And you've unfolded it and you've done it exactly how the dollar should go in. You see
Right.
George Washington, you see how it should go in, and you've done it, and then it won't it keeps on spitting it back out. And
Because here's the reason. It's for me, it's like a 3. This is why.
10.
Because I don't ever have cash, so I do the credit card, even in a meter, even in a parking thing.
Okay,
so
but say that
if it was
did
happening,
happen.
Yeah, I would probably.
Ridiculous.
Okay. It could be a 3 or 4, and then I might just walk away and not pay and get a ticket. I would just be like,
No,
"Fuck
you
this."
have to get out of the parking structure.
Oh, that kind of. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like a.
You have to get out of the parking structure. It has to take your dollar.
Yeah.
It has to take your money. And you've sat there and gone. and it won't do it. Keeps on spitting it out. And you're like, okay, I have to do it lightly.
Yeah, ever so gently.
And you're like.
And everyone's behind you and they're honking.
No, like you're standing or whatever, honking, or you're
Yeah.
standing there. They don't honk, but you know they're pissed.
Yeah.
And it won't do it. And just everything you do, and you don't have another dollar. Who has crispy dollars?
Nobody.
Nobody. There's not a crispy dollar anywhere. Okay. 10.
3 or 4.
10.
3 or 4.
Wow.
Only because I just don't have cash.
That's interesting. Okay. When you go to a public bathroom
Uh-huh.
and there's just a blower and there's no paper after you wash your hands,
Right.
there's just a blower. It just, no paper, you're in a hurry, you have wet hands, and there's just a blower. Because the blower doesn't last long enough for you to get your hands completely dry.
It's like a 1. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It does. That doesn't. I have other things that bother me.
7. I don't have enough time. Oh, I got to press it again.
I'll tell
okay,
you what.
well, and then Natalia's tripping out, and it's usually at the airport
Well, let me say something
where
about
we have to catch a
airport.
flight. Usually, not a fan of you coming in here right now. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. Tell him what? Me what?
Jameson's hungry.
Well, we should feed him. Okay. All right. I'm almost done here. See ya.
I want to
Baby
say something
girl.
about airport bathrooms, though, that I think is
Okay.
important.
Okay.
Have you noticed, okay, that
Horrible mother.
people do, that people do the worst things in airport
Yeah, I
bathrooms?
know.
There's no
respect.
no filter
respect.
for bodily things. It's like they think just because it's an airport
That
that
they
general
can just
rules
throw
of
their stuff
cleanliness don't
around.
apply.
I
Like I
know.
think people literally try to hit the wall.
know.
It's like it is the worst.
No, yes, and I've already gone over this in another podcast about
Okay.
the pee all over the seat for sure.
I'm just
It's like,
talking about like
would
the
you-
most
Yeah,
bizarre.
would you act this way in your own bathroom?
No, but in an airport,
No.
people don't.
They're like, not mine.
Not
Somebody
mine.
else will
Someone's
take care
gonna
of it.
clean this.
It's like they're taking out all their hostility on those airport stalls.
Yeah, like I literally picture people dropping their pants and just trying to shit on the wall. That's what it looks like.
It is.
I'm sorry.
And then there's what? Don't be sorry. The water all over the sink. It's like, really, you got? How did you miss the bowl?
Yeah.
How could you get water all over the sink? How could you do that? And I put something there thinking it was clean because it's invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's water all over. Like, how did that happen?
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, God forbid, you got to change your kid in these airport bathrooms.
Well, and
Lord.
my son is 20, so it gets really
have to
difficult sometimes when he.
You have to change him.
Yeah, trying to change him. Okay.
When people say often instead of often.
Like when they emphasize
Often. We're just going to go with the word often. They say, I often, and they don't say often.
I'm going to say that's like a 7.
Yeah, it's a 7.
It's
for me,
a
too.
7 because
It's a
that's
7.
and it's ridiculous.
Well, you know what? Because it's a gateway word to others. It's a gateway word. It's to other words of what else are you going to say weird?
Well, there's
Are you going to say a boat instead of about?
Yeah.
That's Canadians, and that's cool because we like them.
Sure.
We like Canadians.
Yeah.
That's okay. Said Bodie.
Is Bodie Canadian?
So no, that's all right.
Yeah.
But if you're in the States and you're saying a boat, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because if I go up to say Toronto, I'll say a boat. I'll do that.
You know, I think I say something kind of annoying now. This
What?
just I say literally.
Oh, I do too.
Do you think that
that's
falls
fine.
into the same
No,
category?
It's British. It's
Okay.
English, literally. Yeah, no, that's right. We're right.
I think it's not
We're
good.
right.
I think it's not good.
Literally. It's ridiculous.
I also
Literally.
say it a little too much, but it's become part of my
But this
speak.
isn't a hit on you. You do everything right.
Thank you.
This is just what annoys you the most.
Okay.
And
Well, so far
did
you-
we pick that on
Yeah, we got a
often?
7.
Oh, we both
We
did
both
7.
had a 7
Okay,
on
good.
that. Yeah.
Okay, one more. Okay.
This seems so good.
If you're talking to someone and they
Oh God, no! And close talkers. Close talkers are the worst.
Well, close talkers are totally it's a totally different subject though. I mean, yes.
No, I know that's a horror,
But
yeah.
this person who's like, "Can you believe it?" And so then and I want to go
That's just a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah, and it hurts.
It hurts. I've known where the fuck is 10.
That's a 10.
I was on a flight one time, you know this story, where I had, the hand there, and the guy kept on, here, put your hand up. He kept on telling me a story. He kept on doing this. And I felt myself compelled to keep my arm, like, straight. Like,
Yeah,
like,
you're not
you know
gonna
what?
Get
You're
me, motherfucker. Yeah, God.
Like he just kept on doing that. But don't. Hey, listen, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm right here.
Listening to your
I'm right
story,
here.
especially in the plane. I wasn't going anywhere.
There's nowhere you can go.
Nowhere. I was there.
Yeah.
No need for him to keep on doing that.
Yeah.
And no need for this. I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like the emphasis is in your story and how you're saying it. You don't have to add that.
I got to go back to the worst waxing experience that I ever had, where I've already explained to you I don't like it. The buildup is terrible. I went. I got the talkative owner of the salon who discussed real estate, my plans. I think Christmas had just come and gone, and she asked me about family. I said something about a family member, and she started to analyze my family member, all while my legs are spread and the waxing is occurring. And at a certain point,
Unprofessional.
she said to me, you know what you're going to do? You're going to buy a house in Van Nuys. That's it, Van Nuys. And starts hitting my leg as it is spread open. One hand in the wax pulling, and she's just going like that. Yep, Van Nuys. That's where you need to buy, Van Nuys. And I'm telling you,
Horrible.
I'm sweating
Horrible.
already from like just uncomfortableness. So I got that. Yeah, it wasn't my arm. It was bare leg.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. It's.
I haven't gone back there.
Well, yeah, clearly. We haven't gone back to anyone.
Well, no, I'm not saying that,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
just saying I haven't gone back there.
I had someone, I just wanted to go, hey, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to keep on, that's cool.
Yeah.
I really like your story. No need.
No need to hit me.
No need.
No.
We're just being here talking.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's all.
That's all.
Paige Dorian, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Hope I did okay.
You were good.
Okay, great.
At the end.
I got better. It took me a minute to ramp up. Thanks.